Welcome in, friends. I know a lot of confusion, I'm sure. Oh, what? I can't have homies in Orlando now? Welcome, Orlando City Fan TV, and welcome to another episode. Yeah, I took over, baby. Oh, you guys think I like the teams in pink all of a sudden? No, no, no. I like purple too. I'm welcome in with the boys. I'm in Orlando world right now. First of all, I gotta say thank you guys for having me, and I'm sure we're gonna have some good back and forth today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for showing up even after I've been giving you a lot of shit in your stream chats. And then
No, no, no.
it's the perfect time. Messi joins Fort Lauderdale, and then
Yeah.
you're on an Orlando podcast. We figured it would be the Fort Lauderdale podcast first, but no, you're
Right.
here with
No,
the
no, no.
right people. Facts.
That's right, baby. Hey, you guys were here first, all right? I barely knew what Miami was before.
Who?
Yeah, who?
Who?
No, no, no.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, no. Thank you guys for having me. I love talking to all fan bases. Everyone's been very cool with me. Like I know you give me shit, but it's all for fun. It's not
Hmm.
nothing crazy. I've yet to really get into a spot where I'm like, yeah, I cannot deal with these creators or these fans so far. I know it's like a little early for me to say that, but genuinely most people have been like super nice, super cool.
Yeah, no, yeah. You do a lot of great stuff. And for anyone of our viewers that doesn't know exactly who you are, why don't you give yourself a little intro?
Yeah, well, I've been doing so the last 9 years I've been kind of like halfway behind the scenes in editing for content creators, not in soccer world or not even really in sports world. It's been more like uh streamers, people on TikTok, Instagram. I had my own little YouTube channel where I was just kind of uploading videos that I thought were interesting for myself, but it wasn't until like a year and a half ago, or no, more than now, 2021 Copa America, I wanted to start like a channel to watch along Argentina, where I'm from, play in that Copa America in Brazil. And that tournament basically unlocked a new world for me where I enjoyed, going live, watching along games. I don't really show footage, obviously, because I would get rocked if I showed footage, but I just talked to people around the world. Like I was talking to Brazilians in that game, which was interesting, and especially that final. I was talking to fans all over the world, and I was like, "Oh, this was cool." And then that ended, of course, and I thought, okay, I kind of want to keep doing this, but I can't do this on my main channel. So then I transitioned into making content around Sporting Kansas City, which is like my my club, I guess. It's just the club that was closest to me and one that I picked up way later in life. But yeah, just streaming, editing, still trying to do it full time to where I have enough clients to not have a full time job. It's kind of the nightmare. We've been trying to set up this, I think this, I don't know, interview for a year. I feel like you've talked to me a long time ago. So it's been kind of a nightmare, but hey, now I'm finally here and we're good. I'm just a guy on YouTube, just like you guys.
Yeah, no. Uh, I believe you edited for Jimmy Conrad or edit for Jimmy
Yeah,
Conrad, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
Jimmy's like that's like the big soccer account that I've been like editing for, but everyone else has been like streamers, just gamers and stuff like that.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's chill job. Most of those guys are really chill. I'm sure you guys know Jimmy or are aware of Jimmy. He's like a super intense guy. So like when you think he like turns it off, that man is on 10 24/7. Like he is like intent. I mean, he texts me like the craziest stuff. So yeah, that's been cool. But like pretty much everyone in US soccer world, except for your scattered few, your lawlesses out there, are super chill and really nice people. So behind the scenes.
Yeah, you just had to point out Lawless, didn't you?
Hey, sorry, I just had to bring them up a little bit, but we can move on.
Yeah. So you mentioned Sporting Kansas City, obviously the team that you're closest to, and you
Yeah.
can see in the background. Well, it's Sporting Kansas City. Even in your live streams, you have the blue Hellfire on the.
Uh oh. I think I lost you guys.
You mentioned Kansas City. I know you're a huge fan about it. We haven't been able to keep up a whole lot with how they're doing this year, so give us a little rundown of your guys' performance.
Yeah, like last season we ended. Oh, okay, midway through last season we were the worst team in MLS. We are tied for the worst team in MLS, And then we got some players coming in, and we like trended in an upward trend. We didn't make playoffs, but we were like 5 points away or something crazy compared to where we were before. So this season, we're like, all right, we finished strong. Let's just keep it going. We're not losing anybody, you know. In fact, we were even talking about bringing more players, and so things look good. And then we started the season. I swear to you, I felt like it was like 6 weeks, 6 weeks of just losses,
Yeah.
like a midweek game loss, weekend loss. It was a nightmare. And we got rid of some players. We have injuries left and right. Our star boy, Alan Polito, just does not look like he was connecting. And then, like, randomly in the month of May, we become like the greatest team in Major League Soccer for 30 days. Alan Polito scores out of his mind. We're netting in goals like nobody's beating us. I think we drew LAFC, who was like, especially at that moment, was like insanely good. So like, yeah, we look good, and then we fell off again. So right now we're at a point where we have a ton of games in hand. I think we've played 3 or 4 more games than everybody else. And then we are sitting at a spot where our percentage of making the playoffs is like laughable. It's like scary. At this point, I'm vibing looking at all of you guys, you know, potentially fighting or easily making the playoffs. And even with this expanded playoff uh window, I don't think we're making playoffs. So I don't know. I think after this I don't know, once we are officially out of the playoffs, I'm just gonna be vibing with like you guys, like whoever's in, you know, just hanging out. But it's been really weird for sporting fans.
I think you're only 5 points off the
This
play
is
in playoffs, right?
5 points off, but like 3 games in hand. So like everyone in front of us, if they just play mediocre, we'll still have to like claw our way back. And at least I would feel a little bit better if we looked good. Like Leagues Cup, I don't know what the hell to feel about Leagues Cup at all. Any of these games just feel like absolute ass. So I don't know if I should be like, yeah, bro, we took down Chivas, baby. Nobody's bigger than this team, and you know. But now I'm also like, what? Then we just get destroyed by Toluca. I don't know how to feel. So, well, I guess we'll just see.
Yeah, you brought up the 4-1 loss to Toluca. Sorry, I had to bring the score in. I just have to say
Sure,
that every time I hear Toluca, all I can think about is Cholula and just hot sauce.
Cholula for real.
So you
That's
lost
the
to a bunch
first
of hot sauce
first thought.
bombs? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that game was I can't remember why I couldn't stream that game specifically, but that game I couldn't stream, so I just kind of like watched it in peace. Like, all right, I'm just gonna be alone for the first time in a while and just watch this game. And I am glad I wasn't streaming, but like, geez, like we looked lost, like we looked horrifically bad, and it was right. It's Sporting Kansas City. I know Orlando's felt these vibes too. It's like right when you have hope, you're like, bro, we actually might be a solid ass squad, and then they just shit on you, like they just play horrifically bad, and then you question your whole season, and that's what happened. And now I'm like super glad it's over. It's about to be over, this League's Cup BS, and then we can get into regular season games and like focusing on real storylines outside of like magic make believe storylines. I don't know. If you can't already tell, I'm over this damn tournament. I just want to go back to regular season.
I think that speaks for all three of us because
Yeah.
after that run in we had with your boy Inter
Miami.
Messi,
Yeah.
oof, that was rough.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that for sure.
Yeah, I can't even remember when it was, but I hopped in your stream. I think it was the last. It had to be the last Messi game. Um,
Yeah,
and I hopped in right at the point where you were ranting about people saying that the tournament was rigged, and I'm like,
right.
well, our game against Inter Messi was rigged, and you're like, huh, I can't tell if you're joking or not. But if you go
Yeah.
back and look at that game, the calls in that match were absolutely atrocious.
So this is where the line will come in for me. This is what I'll say. Because if it was the opposite and people are going, bro, it's rigged, people wanted to see Messi lose or whatever the fuck, I would also be giving you the same answer. If we're talking about some of the shittiest refs. I grew up watching CONMEBOL, all right? CONCACAF ass to me in my head until I was like pretty much a grown ass man. I never watched Team USA, never watched Mexico, Honduras, wherever or whoever. I never give a fuck. But I definitely knew, even without watching, that famously, no offense to, I don't know if referees are watching this shit, but like some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life, ever, has been from Central and North America. I don't know
100%.
why. I don't know what the reasons are or whatever. But in my head, like, for sure there was bad calls. For sure there are some dumbass rules, and for sure there are guys that shouldn't be in this big tournament that they just came up with, and they want the standards high. If you want all the standards high, refs have to be high. The
Mhm.
call that changed the game obviously is the penalty. That shouldn't have been a penalty first. That call is such BS because it happened to River Plate. And like, I grew up watching this dumbass call, especially after VAR. It's like, why do we have VAR if referee maybe kind of saw the play and he goes, all right, that looked like a penalty. All right, then we have VAR. VAR should look at it and go, hey, ref, I don't know if that's a penalty. Go look at this. This is the thing that's annoying though. The rule, the BS rule, is referee, if it's too close for it to be overturned, no matter what way the referee called it, it goes to the dumbass call that's on the field, which to me is laughable because if the referee barely saw that shit and just wanted to call pen just because, hey, that kind of looked like it and I don't want to get shit on later, and then it comes out to be too close or whatever, then you're screwed. Or whoever the opposing team, in that case, you guys screwed. The other
Mhm.
one that I think is hands down laughable and just like, if one game is rigged, it's all rigged, right? We all agree. Okay. On the other side of the bracket, I was watching highlights of some of the Liga MX teams, which people are upset about, and some of the MLS teams getting shit on by refs left and right. Like, I'm in group chats with all these MLS peeps from behind the scenes, and they're sending me highlights of like, look at this call, look at this call. It's been horrible throughout the whole tournament. If it was Sporting losing this to SKC, or sorry, if Miami beat SKC and I lost in that fashion, I would be pissed. Absolutely. I would be like, I want the fucking head of that ref. I want, the leagues needs to figure this shit out. But to go to the extent for me personally to go, yeah, listen, they rigged it. Referee was told, give them some calls, push it. We need Miami to move on. I can't go if it goes to that extent and it comes out like, hey, this happened. Great. Fucking those guys are done forever. And maybe I'm done watching this league. If that shit is comes out and it's true, then I don't know if I can continue watching. But it's just too insane for me to have all these people behind the scenes hush hush about this, going, hey, we need to favor Messi. Now, behind the scenes, if it's like the referee is mentally starstruck and Messi, checks a guy, which I don't even know how a grown man gets chucked by Messi, but the grown man gets chucked by Messi, and the referee's like, hey, that was shoulder to shoulder because fuck, Messi never fouls. That's a problem, but that's like down to idiotic refs. Messi goes to Bolivia, plays against Bolivia. I've seen games where Messi gets fucking ragdolled, and the Coleman Bowl refs are like, "Eat shit, Leo. Move on." Like, it just depends on the quality of referees. It's horrible. I don't know if Sunday or Saturday, when the fuck this game uh, is going to be all about referees. I hope not. But one call, one bad call, either way, we're gonna hear it forever. It's going to be the most annoying shit ever. If Miami lose, Nashville's going to flex and Miami's going to be like, bro, the ref didn't want, like, refs wanted storyline. They wanted Messi to lose, like, whatever BS. Or if Miami wins, Nashville's going to be like, the whole fucking thing is rigged. Like, we just get into a spot where we're in trouble as a league. And if this continues, we all complain about pro refs. So I don't know. Like, to me, it's going to turn me way too sour on this league if it is true. I just can't jump on it to where I can think people are getting paid out or whatever. But that's just my opinion on the rigging situation.
You got a nice little rant out there, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just it's happening so much, and I don't. I try to teeter on the line of not sounding South American Euro snobby, and on the same time, I want to defend the league that I'm trying to, invite all my family to watch and friends. So I'm like in the middle there, but it's
mm,
like some people have not watched Coleman Bowl, right? Some people have not seen really bad refs to where there's like lists of refs that are like they're done with the sport because they got paid off or whatever. Um, if that's happening here, we need like hella evidence. And if it does happen, I might be like, me personally, I'd be like, I'm out. Fuck that. Because I'm not doing replay watch alongs for a reason. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. But look, that's just my thing. But I'm not upset. If it's Orlando fans being upset, I'm not gonna be like, Orlando fans are psycho. What the fuck? Because it happened to your team. Duh. Now when I see like randos just going, yeah, look at this, it's rigged because blah 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 blah. I'm like, all right, all right, guys, come on, okay, that's
We
just my opinion.
we did have right after that game, we were all mad. So there were a couple tweets that we put out, and they kind of not I don't want to say blew up, but they did well, and it even
Yeah.
reached people over in Europe, down like you were saying, Latin America, South America, Central America, and like everybody was agreeing with our side. And
Hmm.
so that's not evidence of rigging, obviously, but it is just kind of pointing out to the fact that maybe that ref did have a bias because it was Messi. He never
Right.
expected to be refing Messi, so maybe
Yeah.
just give him the benefit of the doubt, and then it's not rigged from the top, but it's just the bias of the referee being on the pitch with Messi.
Right. And if that's the comment, like people are like, listen, these refs are not ready, which is well known. Liga MX make or being upset about referees is hilarious because half of these fuckers are from your damn league. I don't understand why you're crying, but this that I'm on board with the systemic like fucking the whole thing is set up, bro. The whole thing's set up. Then last season it was set up. Fuck it. Next season's gonna be set. It's like insane to me. But I will say, like, it does not look good either way because in Argentina, I watch ESPN Argentina, or yeah, ESPN Argentina every morning. Immediately when that game ended, they just went like, "Look at these fucking refs." They did not. They don't care. They only see it as MLS. They don't care that we like the information we know that some of these refs are not us. Some of them will come from FIFA, just CONCACAF guys that don't know what they're doing. The rest of the world just sees it as, bro, Major League Soccer doesn't know what they're doing, or the refs are just like the worst in the world, which I might even jump on board, but they don't know the behind the scene. They actually don't know who is the ref. I almost wanted to like fucking tweet at ESPN Argentina this morning because they were saying the same shit. They were just like, I just can't believe you could be this, or they're talking about the goalkeeper for what's his name for Philly,
Andre
his
Blake.
bad dive.
Oof.
Yeah, right. His dive where he barely got to the ball. He's like
Yeah.
way out. That's just a bad fucking like you got it. You have to tell me like the guys were like, oh, the ref this keeper has no he's never played a day in his life. Look at these guys. I almost lost my shit. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, yeah, he stepped out way too far, reacted too late, but that I see that shit every
All
week
the
in
time.
Argentina. Like it's so crazy that sometimes in Europe and South America they just go, you don't see that here. I see own goals in the Argentinian league, the Brazilian league all the time, but it just goes so far that people just want to shit on the league just because, like shit on Orlando. When you guys lost, what was it, or like 3-1 or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
the score was?
3-1.
So the 3-1 score, again, the next morning, I'm watching ESPN in Argentina, and they're just like, yeah, but this Orlando team, not very good. It's like they didn't watch the game. Like, what do you mean not very
100%.
good? The
Yeah.
game was the closest fucking game out of all these games. And you're like, not a very good game. Anyways, moving on. We're going to play Atlanta. That should be good. Like, they don't know. They just don't know, or they're not watching.
Hmm. And the thing is, like, when you go back and watch the Orlando Inter Miami game, there's a moment in time where you could say that we should have been playing an 11-on-9 game where Messi should have been sent off and Busquets should have
Right.
been sent off. So it feels
Right.
like we've kind of been robbed of an opportunity to advance, which is where we get our
Right.
frustration from.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, that's fine. It's just like, but to be honest, it also is the sport. Like
Yeah.
I cried like in 20 fucking 14. Like I'm screaming at that German keeper that hit Higuain as a penalty. I'm like, bro, I should be World Cup champion, motherfuckers. Like my country should have beat the Germans in Brazil, and I cry about it. And then I realized like years later, like, wait, there's so many of these plays, so many of these calls that everyone
Hmm.
can feel fucked over. And I think it makes it even worse that this league had this new cup and you guys are the rivals of that team. So it's like if this play happened with Brazil versus Argentina, then you bring up the saltiness, the anger and all this shit. And it's the first time this league or this cup existed. So obviously you want to make a deep run and like, it's just like there's layers to how shitty the whole situation is, which I understand. It's like if it was me, I would be upset too. So I get it.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to deal with all the Inter Messi fans saying, "Oh, we got a trophy way quicker than you." Like we won the Open Cup last year, but it took us 7 years
Right.
in
Something
MLS
like
to win
that.
a
Yeah.
trophy. It's like
Yeah, but
you got the best
they don't
player in the world on your team.
exact. The thing is, like, I will say this, and like, I do got some homies at Inter Miami now that are cool with me, but even they are just kind of going like, bro, we're about to get a title or potentially even U.S. Open Cup. They could get that,
Hmm. Yeah.
whatever. Um, but it's like, yeah, all right. But if I'm even if I'm seeing people dunking on other organizations, that is beyond cringe. Like, bro, these organizations had to do this without star players. And let's say the game against Nashville is a close one, right? That's kind of embarrassing, bro. You got Messi, you got Busquets, Jordi Alba, two young I don't know if they're eligible to play. Two young Argentinians that should not be in this fucking league. I'm saying it right now. These guys are so good, like so good that they had options from Europe and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to go here first and then move on." A lot of clubs don't have that. Like a lot of clubs are rocking guys in their mid 30s, for the
Hmm.
majority of their clubs. Some clubs are younger, obviously, but if they dunk, just hey, Messi or Miami fans especially, you can't flex too hard on winning trophies this quickly. I mean, there's a reason. Like, come on. Next year, though, if they open up the cap, they let everybody do exactly what Miami did and just be free to do what they want. Orlando could start bringing in more Brazilians, Argentinians at super young ages, guys that maybe have an offer at like a Benfica, but could be playing against Messi in Florida, type of deal. And they're going to go for that. That's what's happening in South America right now for Miami. So I don't know. Next season, I'm interested. I will say this with you guys. I never even said this on stream. If next season they don't open shit up, right? Like they don't, and I'm not even an Orlando fan or like a rival of Miami fan. I don't know. I would have a very bad taste in my mouth for the entire league forever. I mean, I don't know, it's just does not make sense to me. Like they see the money, they see like the opportunities, they see the excitement, and they're like, yeah, we're still gonna have BS random caps and stupid international slot rules and all this stuff. I don't know. I just to me, I would be so disappointed if they don't change it up for next season. I know it's gonna be hard now, but next season it has to.
Yeah, so that kind of led us perfectly into the next question, which was asking about the new, like, is this a new era in MLS? And
Right.
is it time to introduce a new roster slash financial system for the league? And you just kind of spoke on that because you got
Yeah.
the TAM, GAM. We now they introduced the U22 initiative
The
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
homegrowns.
You got
Yep.
homegrowns,
Homegrown.
DPs, young DP. Like, there's just so many different things. And you
Yeah.
obviously, like, over in England, you have to have a certain amount of English players, and like that's fine. But there's not so many things that we have here. So
Yeah.
is it time to? I mean, you kind of answered it. So is it time to bring
Yeah,
that in?
I definitely think, like I said, end of this season, finish it out with whatever BS that we have. Next season, like obviously here's let's be real, they're gonna roll out shit. I'm sure like next season they're gonna eliminate this and expand this, but not make a crazy change. That'll still piss me off. It's like, dude, right now we only have these guys for like 2-3 years, right?
Hmm.
So all these young players who want to play against them, or embarrass them or play with them, they want to come out here. They want to play in the US. Plus, everyone wants to, every goddamn player that comes out here is like, I get to live in the United States, which is like a dream for or a lot of people, especially young players, get paid pretty well and get to play against iconic players. That's the dream. And if they don't open that window open, these guys are gone in 2 years, dude. They're going back to their countries, maybe retiring or retiring like fully, like full Higuain retire in a baseball stadium vibe. That could happen with these players. Like you want to use it while it's hot. I think the back and forth that I kind of agree with, and I don't really get that annoyed with, is when people go, okay, I see these players coming here. I see that it's good for viewership and all this stuff. Like I totally agree. The only thing that I just am beyond disappointed, other than like this dumb referee situation, is just the ticketing. Like the price bullshit is
100%.
ridiculous.
Hmm.
This is like nobody should agree, and I don't know why. Like Bars or who was it? Like Bleacher Report Football is like tweeting this out like it's a flex or whatever. This is embarrassing. The whole idea of this is now just totally embarrassing because like MLS and all these people behind the scenes are like, this is for development. This is for young players to come out here. This is for all this shit. And then fans can't go to games because it's fucking $600 plus a ticket or whatever it is, 300 plus. Which I personally I can't afford that shit. Like that's insane. Even if I
Yep.
was in Orlando or Fort Lauderdale, like all this, that is the biggest storyline for me, and then behind it is refs. It's not a good look, and that needs to change next season too. I don't know who's in charge of the league's cup ticketing. I'm kind of confused on that, but MLS regular season games, if this is happening, it's just that needs to go for sure next season, 100%. If they can, like, I don't know what the
Yeah.
rules are.
I believe I saw a tweet last night that said that just like whatever the League's Cup organization is, that company gets 50% of ticket revenue. So they're enticed to push the
Yeah,
prices up just for their own benefit, which is a
yeah,
problem in and of itself. And then CONCACAF has something in it, and then MLS and Liga MX probably have the same thing.
Jesus,
Um, but I mean, even for the regular season games, you see ticket prices going up, soaring.
yep,
At least 500%. So
yep.
no matter what stage you're playing them at, you're going to see an increase in ticket prices.
Right, and that's only hurting. Here's the thing, like, it's so funny because that take, or not take, that opinion, which is the right one, in my opinion, it's a fact that that should not be happening. Um, the funny part of it, like, here's the delusion I'm seeing on social media that I'm like, I like literally time myself for being on Twitter and then I'm out. Is people going, that's why I fucking hate Messi, or that's why I fucking hate Jordi, Alba
They're
or
not raising the
Busquets.
prices.
Bro, these motherfuckers are showing up. Be mad at the dumbass clubs that are raising it. The league, the league's cup for sure. Be upset with them. But like, if fucking Hani Mukhtar was just a goat, went to Europe, came back, and everyone wants to see him because he was like amazing. He won Champions Leagues. He won the fucking World Cup. Let's pretend like just an insane magic world. People in Nashville are not going to be like, fuck Hanny, he ruined my league. They're just going to go, yo, league, why is it so expensive for me to watch this damn player that's just playing for my team? It's insane to me. And I think people being upset with it is great. It's just like being upset with these players because if Neymar comes in 2 years, dog, you don't think I'm gonna be seeing? I'm going to a Neymar game. I don't give a fuck. I'm out there, and it's gonna be like $400 to see this guy. I'm sure if they don't change these rules, and that's gonna piss me off. Like just like any player out here, I'm not gonna be mad at Neymar. I'm gonna take it out on the league that's allowing that to happen, which is so frustrating because like we want the money, we need money in the league. Hell yeah,
Hmm.
bro. Apple TV and the subscriptions alone is insane. Like the money coming in is insane. We don't need it. Let the people, the season ticket holders, not sweat. Let the people that are, if you, it's like first come first serve. It's $40, $50. Let's say $60 to watch a game. Fine. If it's sold out, it's sold out. You got the money, dog. Like chill. We do not need to boost these up
Hmm.
600%.
Yeah, I
That's
think
just that's been annoying.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, not that I have experience in Europe, but I'm pretty sure that's even for Champions League final. That's how it
Yeah.
goes. It's yeah, it's like $50. Like you got to be
Yeah.
on time for the ticket sale. If not,
Yes.
sorry, you didn't get a ticket. But there's like,
Exactly.
and we're talking about UEFA. UEFA
Yeah.
was as bad as it gets for a while.
For
So for
real.
us to be even worse, it's just like okay. But I feel like that's
Yeah.
mostly an American problem because you see stuff like in the World Series, the
Sure.
Super Bowl. It's a lot of the people with money that are showing up to those kind of games, and unless something's
Yes.
done about that, then it's going to be the same way with the MLS and Messi.
Yeah, and I think you said it perfectly. It's these games got away from being like a sporting event and now it's like an event, like a
Yeah.
Super Bowl each game where it's like, yeah, bro, I got sideline seats, 6 grand, baby. That's insane. You could have gone to fucking the Super Bowl with that, that type of ticket. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely an American thing. I just don't know how it's going to change if there is like these set deals. Like I don't really know, but to me it's just such a bad look. Like anywhere in the world looking at these prices, no matter what, like, oh man, they're excited to see these players. That's good. They're charging how much? Like that, it's always going to go hand in hand. It's going to look bad for us.
Yeah, then you even
Um
have situations in like Atlanta. I think New
Wells.
England has turf, and like yeah,
Oh,
so
right.
people might be paying $450 to go see Messi play, but Messi doesn't want to tear his ACL in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Like,
Same thing with the international break. I was gonna try to go to Florida for the sporting game. Like, dude's not gonna be there, and the prices are still insane.
mhm,
Like people are not taking into consideration that some of these weeks, these players will not be here. Some of them are with their national teams. Like I don't know. It's bad all around, and like of course their teams are not some teams are not putting out like little advisories like, hey, by the way, these players might not be here. Obviously, they're shush shush. They're like, yeah, go. You bought the ticket. It's your problem
Yeah.
now, type of deal. It's just shady. It's just, I don't know. It's sad.
Do you think that they reschedule some of the games that Miami may play during an international break just to have Messi on the
There's no
field?
way.
Dude. Oh my
Like,
God.
honestly, I wouldn't put it past MLS to do something like that because
I
the
wouldn't
amount of
put it
money
past
they'd
them either.
lose, it would
Yeah.
be astronomical.
But here's my opinion. Like, one thing, I guess the one net immediate positive, I hope, to get out of this weird situation with players coming here, especially the ones that are not like done, is the turf. We've all come. I don't think a single person is defending turf. Like, yeah, turf. We need to keep turf. We've all, as MLS fans, are just kind of a little bit like low key. Like, we're one embarrassed of that team that plays in a baseball stadium. Okay, we're embarrassed of those teams that play on
Team.
plastic. That for us is like been an annoyance since day one, since we've all
Mm,
started watching the league. So if the league or these teams are starting to realize, oh shit, we should probably like finally jump into having real grass, that's awesome. I don't really know if that's gonna happen or what, but it's funny that we only give a fuck about Messi, but like these guys that have been ruining their knees for the last 20 years, nobody cares. Like, bro, I don't know, suck it up, play on plastic,
yeah,
just annoying.
I can't remember if it was in the actual CONCACAF Champions League final, but I remember Joao Paulo of Seattle tore his
Yeah,
ACL I think it was right before or maybe during that game. I mean, in
yeah.
Seattle's youth system at that point, it still was nice. So they had a young kid step up, but like I don't know, Seattle's been playing on turf since their inception. I believe they've been at Center or it's Lumen Field now
Right.
for their whole lifetime, pretty much.
And it's
Um,
funny because I do see like some Seattle fans are okay. I say no one defends it. If you have turf in your stadium, never mind. Those are the people that offend. They're just like, well, that we're in a football stadium. It's a shared stadium. What do you want us to
mhm,
do? It's like, yeah, okay, I get it. But you better not cry when player because it's not going to just be Messi. Like there are players like those two kids I said from South America that came in to Miami.
mhm.
They already mentioned like there are some obstacles. Like one of their uncles went on this fucking ESPN thing and was like, yeah, there's some things that we're not gonna stand for. One of them was the turf. Like this kid is about to pop off, let's say. It should be like with American players too. Why are we just risking their knees? We want
Yeah.
those players to be national team players and so play the biggest games of their lives, but maybe they don't because they ruin their knee. Like that one kid in Miami that just cannot. Well, I don't know if that's a turf issue, but god damn, that dude pulled or tore his ACL like 10 times.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, it is a problem, and you've mentioned that team that plays in a baseball stadium. I just want you to acknowledge who that is, so we can go through with that.
New York City FC. Hey,
Yeah,
but that's for long, baby. Not for long. Not.
yeah.
I do
see.
respect them playing in the city. I do see the hat over here. I'm a Jets fan. All right, and a Chiefs fan. I'm a Jets.
Oh,
My
My
guy.
my dad is from New York, right? So he's the American in my family. I met my mom in Argentina, and he made me a Jets fan. And when we moved to Kansas, I'm just gonna say I could say it because I'm one of them. Jets have been ass since I think my dad was a kid, like
Damn straight.
60s. So obviously, and Chiefs, to be fair, when I grew up watching the Chiefs, they would make one playoff, like they play one playoff game and then lose. So I always had like two teams that were just shit until recently, obviously with Mahomes and whatnot.
Mhm.
But it's been like it's one of those things where I kind of like that New York City FC was like, fuck it, we're gonna do all we can to instead of playing in Red Bull Arena out in New Jersey, outside the city, let's play in the Bronx or in Queens. It's a different vibe when you're in the city, of course, but it doesn't help when for looks it's a bad look. I can't wait till that's done with.
So,
And I'm a Yankees fan, so fuck.
oh my guy. 2 for 2.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
There you got me on the opposite spectrum. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan before Brady, so don't get
Before
any
Brady,
ideas.
okay.
And
Yeah.
then I'm a Rays fan, so we had a good
Oh
start
The
to the
shit.
amount
season.
of
Yeah,
shit I've heard from him is
I mean,
ridiculous.
Bro.
we were
Do you
killing
watch
it.
hockey? Are you like hockey guy?
Lightning fan.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get into hockey, but I just can't. Like, I'm supposed to be watching the Islanders, but
Yes, sir.
yeah.
y'all are best
Is
friends
that
now.
all his
Three
teams?
for three.
Yeah.
Let's go. Wait,
Islanders
wait, wait.
and the
Basketball?
Red Wings.
What?
Basketball, I'm a
Do
Nets
you,
guy.
Oh, fuck that. Knicks, baby. Come on. Let's go.
I'll give you 3 out of 4.
Okay.
Hey, could be a
So,
Magic fan. That's all I'm saying.
hey. Wait, well, look, I actually respect the Magic. I feel so Magic is another one where it's one of those teams where it's like a what could have been
Yeah,
team, which is like you could taste absolute glory when it with, Shaq and
back in '09.
what yeah, God,
Dwight.
it would have been amazing. But nope. Sorry to bring that up.
Now we got Paulo Banchero, so we're chilling. Got a young
Hey, yeah,
team.
that's true.
What a guy.
We're fine. Um, so we kind of just went off on a tangent about other sports.
Sorry.
No, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
We're heading towards the end of it anyway. So, um, Yankee fan, Chiefs fan, and Jets fan somehow. Yeah, two good teams with two good quarterbacks in.
Dude, I mean, I watched the first episode of like Hard Knocks because I'm like, I don't really. I'm gonna say it right now. Not a big Aaron Rodgers fan
Mm.
personally, right? So all my Jets homies are like, bro, we're gonna go make the playoffs. We're gonna fucking destroy, like Jets fans. And I was like, guys, I don't really know how I feel about this man. And then I watched the Hard Knocks episode, and I'm like, okay, I guess he's all right. And now I feel like, damn, our coach is much more goofier than I remembered him to be. It's kind of like a little silly guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the dynamic is gonna work out. Well, I guess we'll see. And the Chiefs is funny because my dad's a Jets fan, but when we were in Kansas, when he was living out here, we watched the Chiefs and we kind of rooted for them because they could finally make a run. But I feel we bonded weirdly more on watching the Chiefs. I don't know why. I have a Jets sign right behind this camera here. I have a Jets jerseys on the wall over here. Like I am a Jets fan. It's just like a weird dynamic that like I
Mm.
also grew up watching the Chiefs and they just randomly got good and now the Jets I don't even want to put out any type of curse because I'm gonna get hit up later, but like we might be all right, like
Won
maybe
7-10
break
last
even.
season with Aaron
Hey, yeah.
Rodgers. The truth could be better.
the, yeah.
Going eight
We'll
and nine.
see. I don't know.
No,
Okay.
8 and 9.
Calm
Even with
down, Mr. Kyle
who
Trask.
If we
who's
could
Baker
do better
Mayfield.
than the Giants, I'm cool. Like, let's go.
All right, big question. Week
Yeah.
4, Jets Chiefs. Who are you backing?
Listen, I'm gonna go with the Jets. Like I have to. Like it's cool. Like whatever team wins, like fuck yeah, baby. But no, it would be insane. Again, because the Chiefs was such a like amazing moment because they didn't win shit for 50 years. It was like unbelievable joy when they finally won. I was like, wow, holy shit, this is crazy. And the way they won was amazing. The Jets winning the Super Bowl in like the biggest market and all this shit, it would be annoying for the entire planet, but New York. It would be
Mhm.
we would like New Yorkers and New York fans would be even more obnoxious. Like I bet my dad would go down for that Super Bowl. Like he'll fly up here. It would be insane. It would just be such a good moment. But I think whoever wins, who cares? The Chiefs will be fine. If they lose, they'll be in the playoffs. I'm not worried.
yeah. Well, the Chiefs are red and white, and we can kind of see the Premier League team badge that you support right over
Let's
your
go.
right shoulder. But
That's
I
right.
believe they're under new ownership from Chelsea FC because our midfield is now LFC, and Todd Bowley kind of owns that club now. So if you want to talk
Right.
about that, I am all ears.
Oh, right. Well, listen to me right now. Chelsea, okay. God, I don't want to get on another box in soapbox. Jesus Christ, Chelsea. I'm saying it a million times. Players go to that club to wither away and rot and die. That
Okay.
club has confused me. Listen to me right
Hmm.
now. All right, no, I'm the guest. I'm going to talk. Listen to me. That team gets players, all right? And I say this, and I said it on TikTok, which was a fucking mistake, because then everyone, oh yeah, listen, fucking annoying ass British fans were just like, you don't know what you're talking about, stupid American. But listen, I don't give a fuck about Pulisic. I'm not even just talking about Pulisic, but that situation was annoying as hell. But they sign, especially these last couple windows, they sign everyone and their moms. They
Hmm.
look at every other team's like future
No,
signings, and they're like, I'm
no,
gonna
Yes.
no.
Yeah, that is
let me
100%
okay.
true.
And then they still suck ass. Like the players are still mid. Like Enzo Fernandez,
He's so good.
okay, you freaks, but you guys are gonna ruin him. I trust
No.
me because give him someone to fucking pass. Okay, he did play against Liverpool. I was a little hype about that.
Hmm.
I will admit. Okay, all right, Pochettino. I'm not that sold on him as a coach. All right, okay. but something is going on in that water in London where just things never mesh well. If Pochettino could get those guys to play like an 11, like a group for the first time, I like even that year the Chelsea won the Champions League. Okay, Liverpool had a shitty Champions League year too. So don't get mad when I say this.
Yeah, I've heard this a
That
lot
was kind
too.
of a shitty year. That was kind of a shitty Champions League year. All right, I'm gonna just say it. It was boring. It was lame. City somehow lost. It was like no. All
Somehow,
right, I don't know what
because
it
they
is.
played against Chelsea in the final.
Okay,
Pep overthought
somehow
it too much.
Chelsea
Hmm.
finds a way to sneak in little Champions League finals, win one, and then be dead for like 5 years, and then sneak in another one. Hey, respect, all right, big club. But I just, as a player or fans of like specific players, like obviously I'm going to go for little Argentinians for the future of the national team. But like as soon as Enzo was just announced, because remember he wasn't going, and then he was going, and it
Oh, that
wasn't like
whole
that
saga was something. Yeah.
that whole thing. Uh Once it was official, I was so sad. Now, if Pochettino flips it, I'm not gonna say shit about Chelsea ever again. Okay, and Liverpool, I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna suck. I feel like for a while. I like I got my boy Alexis McAllister playing, which is sick
They
and
played
awesome
well.
and everything,
Yeah.
but there's it doesn't look good for Liverpool. So at least you can at the end of the year you could still flex on me. I'm sure Chelsea will finish higher and you guys are we're playing in fucking Europa League. You know what I mean? So can't really talk shit.
Hey, it's better than no European competition like some
As
clubs.
oh who what clubs?
Um, I mean, Orlando
uh,
City's not playing in European competition, so
okay.
that's where
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that one. Yeah.
Fair. Sure.
No, I
Yeah.
think we have a good shot at top four. No other competitions
Yeah.
except for the EFL Cup and FA Cup. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a failure not to get Champions League this year. Other people are saying it'd be a failure not to win the league. I think that's a bit of a
Wow.
stretch.
That is a
So
huge
yeah,
stretch.
The
but
I
reasoning is
mean,
because you spent £1 billion since Todd
right.
Bowley's come in.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a good point because a lot of people will just go, all right, well, check this out. City spent this much. You guys spent twice as much. How the fuck are you not? Yeah. I get that argument too. But I also think, like, I don't know if it's Chelsea and their standards or whatever, but like, you got to keep a coach a little bit. Like,
I
you can't
agree.
just coach every damn season is insane. And you guys have had some serious legends as coaches. I was shocked when Tuchel got fired. I didn't even think he
Oh,
was that.
don't stop! You're
Oh
gonna make
god.
me cry.
D- Okay, all right, it was my bad. But like, I thought he was
Make you
perfect
happy.
for Chelsea.
No, he
The perfect
Yeah.
man was Graham Potter, and they let him go.
that man can eat a
Oh,
bag of
Potter,
dicks.
right,
No,
Or
right.
Super Frankie, because we all know the great
hey,
job that he did at Chelsea for
I'm sorry. He
two
he
stints.
brought in Mason Mount, and he's gonna go 007 with you guys. So I don't want to
All
hear it.
right, well, I'd
They,
rather have Mason Mount than Super Frankie as a coach again. So
That's fine. Um,
yeah,
yeah, we're at 45 minutes. I think we're gonna end it up here. So if you want to give yourself a little shout out on any project that you're working on, or just really
yeah.
anything, go for it.
So well, first again, thank you guys for having me. This was really chill, really fun. I will say like I do have some projects in the work, like hopefully uploading in the next couple weeks. But just a sneak peek, I have been talking to a supporter, like try to reach out in the most shady way possible to supporters around the league, just not really like creators, just like random supporters, just to talk about their teams or whatever. And I almost have every single club down. And I did like quick little interviews, so that's going to be coming out soon. And it's just talking about their fandoms and whatnot. But I do plan on doing the same exact thing, but for creators. So I feel like I know some guys in Orlando. I don't know that might be
Who?
interested to come on. But like that's what's coming up for me. But everything, all my stuff is on all socials. I believe it's under Kevincho_TV. If it's not, it's just Kevincho. I don't know. I'm out there somewhere if you're interested. But it's been an honor, guys. It's been very fun. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. Go check him out. Go subscribe to his YouTube. Follow him everywhere. Puts out great content a lot. So if he ever does a
Thanks.
live stream against Orlando, just
Oh, let's go.
that's the only
Hey,
time I can
listen,
say don't watch it.
listen. Hold on though, because I
Yeah.
do have an idea. I don't know. Maybe this is more behind the scenes type of deal. But I've been playing with the idea of a co-stream to
Hmm.
where like I will have people on. You guys can still pull content just to upload on your channels, but to have people, it does require a green screen if that's available. But just to have people actually with me,
Yeah,
Even if it's like a portable one, doesn't even have to be really good. And then we could just like watch together because it would be fun. Like, because my stance just to finish this off is like I don't give a shit what happens with Miami. I don't give a fuck. I just like this one player. I just want them to be happy, and that's it. Like they lose Saturday, hey, they lose, baby. Better team. What? I don't give a fuck. But like, it would be fun to have streams with other fans that are passionate
yeah,
about their team while my team is probably not going to be in the playoffs. Let's be real. And just like hang out with you guys. So if you guys are interested, that would be something that I'm trying to figure out technically.
yeah. Well,
For
there you
sure.
go. Got a little
Hell yeah.
behind the scenes look at something that you're trying to work on. Gonna end it off with I want a one word answer to this question.
Hmm.
Actually, well, I don't even know if that'll work. I didn't think this through. Um, no, it can still work. Who is more likely to make the playoffs, SKC or Inter Messi?
Oh fuck. All right, I'm gonna SKC. If it's fucking rigged, Miami makes playoffs. I'm saying it right now. All right, stamp it, tweet it, laminate it. I don't give a fuck. There's no. I mean, actually, they have a better. Oh wait, they don't have. Hold on. I'm gonna cheat. Can I look at the table before I give an answer?
I think they're at
It's
18
if
points.
Yeah, bottom of the entire league right now.
bottom of
This
the
is
entire
the
league.
longest one word answer of all time, might I say.
Hold
It's
on. Hey,
still
hey,
only
hey.
one word though.
This
Don't
is
worry.
legally binding. This is legally binding. People will find me, and they will hunt me down. Okay, so goddamn, and they don't have really games in hand. Miami could make it, but it would be so fucking funny if they didn't. No, I'm sticking with it. I think it's gonna be. The question was who has a better chance?
Yeah, who's more likely?
Sporting Kansas City, baby.
Oh, the fact that that's like a. I gotta think
I'm
about it.
we. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Sporting Kansas City on the goddamn East. You guys figure it out. All right, play well. If I see any of these clubs above Miami start dropping points, so
Mm,
I'm
something's in the
smelling
water.
something.
Yeah.
Something's going on. All right, something's weird. Something like Chelsea London waters happening. I don't get it.
Oh, just had to end it off with a little Chelsea rip, didn't you?
Things you love to see.
All right. Now we're actually going to end it. Thank you again for coming on, and we'll talk to you
Or
another time.